Dirt bike magazines have changed a lot, and I don't think it's always been for the better. Sure, they are glossy, now they are in full colour, but I feel most have lost the plot somewhere along the way. As a teenager, I loved dirt bike mags. I even wrote stories for them, although I was even more clueless back then than I am today. But on a recent trip, there was a pile of current dirt bike mags around, and after the 5th magazine, I was thoroughly sick of them and didn't touch them again. Why? Well, in the old days, the reviews were fearless. If a bike or product was shit, they would say so. And if the manufacturer failed to fix the problem, they would heap more shit on it in later issues. But in the current magazines, all I read are glowing reviews about every single model, which just seems to echo the manufacturer's ads. And some were even commenting on the bold new graphics as per the manufacturer's ads. This is especially evident when reviewing Japanese models. They completely pass over the fact that so many still only have 5 gears, a cable clutch, and usually weigh significantly more than their European counterparts. And to make it look like a review, at some point they say something like, at first we thought the handling wasn't that great, but once we tweaked the suspension settings, the bike was fantastic. I hope there are exceptions, but every motorbike magazine I've read in the past decade appears to be heavily influenced by their advertisers. And the reason we are all hooked on next year's bold new graphics or fractional changes to bore, stroke or compression, it's not because we can actually feel it in the seat of our pants, but because the industry must sell new bikes every year. The main purpose of today's magazines just seems to be selling product. If this is true, is it a bad thing? Sure, the consumer gets updated about new products and bikes, but if I'm right, there will be a heavy bias towards the ones that bring in advertising revenue. I believe it's no coincidence that every dirt bike magazine is essentially the same money-making formula. Bike reviews, shootouts, bike builds, and gear reviews. Sure, the old magazines included those too, but there was plenty of content not pushing you to buy stuff. Every page costs money, every page has to justify its existence. Even riding stores feature product placement nowadays. I understand it's a tough market now, and many hint at the problems of trying to keep printed magazines afloat in an increasingly online world. And even in the online world, this consumerism is rampant. Anyone with a large following on Facebook or YouTube is apparently an influencer and can make a lot of money by promoting products or even just being seen using them. Magazines do need advertising revenue to survive, even the online ones do. But I think you can still be objective and simply take the cut in profit if you piss off the wrong people. I know Traction E-Rag has a growing list of manufacturers who won't advertise with them anymore. So ads are to be expected in any free market economy. That's fine. But what I dislike is the undercurrent in so many current magazines that make you feel like your 2-year-old bike and riding gear are way out of date, and how the new graphics and carbon fibre fuel cap are going to turn you into a shit-hot rider. I'm really interested to see what everyone thinks about this. I hear plenty of criticism on the Australian forums about how dirt bike magazines have sold out. Do you think this is true? Do you think it's justified? Does anybody still think dirt bike mags are doing a good job overall? Really keen to hear the discussions.